Hey everyone, and welcome back to Cruising with Matthew. In this video, I'm going to give you a tour of our balcony suite on board Star Legend, which I was lucky enough to stay in during our media trip in January 2024, so I really hope you enjoy this video. Now for this 7-night cruise around the Western Mediterranean, we were allocated a BS grade balcony suite on deck 5, cabin 524. So without further ado, let's take a look around. Walking into this cabin, you immediately enter the bedroom area. This features a queen-size bed which was super comfy and was a welcome place to crash after a busy day of exploring. Each side of the bed has its own individual light as well as a reading light if you fancied reading before bed. Below, you'll find a small bedside table offering some storage space should you require it near the bedside. Sadly, the bedside didn't feature any plugs or USB sockets, which was a bit of a shame. Opposite the bed, there's a large dressing table, complete with mirror and backlighting, so you'll be able to make sure you look just right before heading off on your adventures for the day. There's a decent amount of desk space here, and we appreciated the information booklet which detailed everything you needed to know about life on board Star Legend. There's also a couple plugs and USB sockets which made up for the lack of any electrical outlet near the bed. The dressing table also has several deep drawers which offers further storage space in this area, as well as the cabin's hairdryer should you require it. An impressive feature of this cabin is the fact that you have your own walk-in wardrobe. Therefore, regardless of the duration of your cruise, I'm pretty sure you're going to have plenty of space here. There's also a narrow set of shelves where we found our Windstar branded slippers, which were also accompanied by some fluffy dressing gowns hung up for you to use during the cruise. These were especially appreciated when we had a thermal spa and pool morning during our overnight stay in Nice. There's also a small shelving unit which houses the cabin's safe and laundry bags, although do note Windstar charge extra for this service. You also get given an umbrella for the duration of your cruise. Luckily we didn't need it even though we were cruising in January, but it was a lovely touch either way. Adjacent is the cabin's bathroom, which was a good size and felt light and airy. This featured not one but 2 sinks, which was a first for us and did make me chuckle a little. Surprisingly, there weren't any shelves or cupboards to store your toiletries, but there was a decent amount of surface space around the sink itself as well as underneath if required. The shower was a great size and featured a really powerful shower head, which is always appreciated. It was also nice to see that the shower had a glass shower screen rather than a fabric shower curtain, which I've occasionally encountered on other lines. What makes this bathroom even more impressive is the fact that both the sink and shower feature included L'Occitane toiletries, which we thought was a lovely touch. Now, if we step out of the bathroom and move into the lounge portion of the cabin, which features a fantastic drinks cabinet. This features the cabin's mini fridge, which has a fully stocked minibar set up when you arrive. Now, if you've purchased Windstar's all-inclusive package like we did, the minibar is included, which isn't often the case on other cruise lines. Therefore, we enjoyed taking advantage of this to give us a pre-dinner drink before we headed out for the evening. The drinks cabinet also has its own set of glasses situated in a cupboard above the fridge, as well as an ice bucket and jugs of water which are refilled daily. Opposite, there's the cabin's smart TV, which can be angled depending if you want to watch TV in bed or if you're sitting on the sofa. Although we were way too busy to utilise this properly during our cruise, it offered a good range of interactive features, including access to your onboard account, the daily schedule, weather forecasts, as well as general information about Star Legend. There's also a good selection of on-demand TV shows and movies if you fancied a lazy day in your cabin. Underneath, there's another small cabinet which offers further storage space in the cabin, as well as a comfy blanket if you're wanting to cozy up and watch a movie on the sofa one evening. In the main portion of the lounge, there's a comfortable sofa which can be converted into a bed if you're a party of 3. If this is the case, it's helpful to know that this cabin has a set of curtains situated between the bedroom and lounge areas should you need to separate the cabin and give yourselves a bit of privacy. Nearby, there's a large coffee table which was adorned with various goodies when we arrived into our cabin. Do note that it's only the fruit basket which is included within this grade of cabin, although we were lucky enough to be gifted some chocolate-covered strawberries, a Birds of Paradise floral arrangement, and a bottle of wine by Windstar, so thank you very much for that. The lounge also features 2 smaller chairs, so even if you had other guests visiting, or you had 3 people staying in this cabin, there's going to be plenty of space for everyone. I also enjoyed they have this massive mirror on one side of the lounge, which made this cabin feel even bigger. Stepping out, we encounter our cabin's balcony. Now, I'll be honest, it's more of a ledge rather than a balcony, as it is really quite small. However, if you are tactical, you can fit 2 people on this balcony, although do note the ceiling is quite low, and I was practically touching the ceiling, and I'm about 6'2". Although it was a nice touch, especially given the overall size of Star Legend, I personally wouldn't feel the need to stay in this grade of cabin over cabins which just featured a window, as Star Legend has plenty of open deck space, but I guess that's just personal preference. Something else to note is the fact that the vast majority of cabins can be arranged into adjoining suites. This means that your door is directly next to your neighbours, and there is also an outer door which leads to the ship's corridor. Therefore, if you have 2 groups of people travelling together in 2 different cabins, this outer door can be locked and you have your own private foyer. Now, I was worried that the close proximity of our neighbour's door would mean that noise would bleed through, but we had no such issues, with the exception of hearing the doors open and close when our neighbours left the cabin, but this was really infrequent, so there was no issues here at all. Irrespective of the amenities offered in this cabin, a true highlight was the service we received during our stay from our cabin steward and the whole of the housekeeping team. For instance, it was Yean's birthday at the start of the cruise, and even though I didn't mention anything to Windstar, we returned to have our cabin one morning completely redecorated, complete with these adorable towel animals. Other little touches included finding all our electronics neatly wrapped up, held together by these Windstar branded cable loops, tasty desserts from the galley team, and even our own Ziploc bag containing our disembarkation information. The best thing, however, had to be the addition of yet more towel animals which kept appearing throughout our cruise, and never failed to make us smile. Although they are small touches, they really help set Windstar apart from the other cruises we've been on, with the friendly and attentive crew being one of my favourite things about Star Legend as a whole, as they really couldn't do enough for you. Overall, we really enjoyed our time in this suite during our trip on Star Legend. The cabin is wonderfully well appointed and gave a luxurious feel whilst also feeling cosy and homely. Although the balcony was a nice touch, I personally wouldn't pay the extra that is required to move up from Star Legend's ocean view cabins, as the amenities are exactly the same, you just don't have that small balcony. This is largely due to the fact that Star Legend is a ship which has tons of open deck space. However, I guess it depends on how much you like having your own private deck space, so the choice is yours. So there you have it, my tour of our balcony suite on board Star Legend, and I really hope you enjoyed it. If you have, please like and subscribe because it's always appreciated. If you want to know more about Cruising with Matthew, then check out my social media channels, the links are in the description below. I hope you're all doing well at the moment, and I can't wait to see you in my next video. So until next time, this is Cruising with Matthew, and thank you so much for watching.